following is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are across the bay from San Francisco over here in Berkeley, California, as the Oregon Ducks come to town, look to bounce back from their only conference loss of the season Wednesday at Stanford. It won't be easy, though, because it's going to be a gold out here at Haas Pavilion. It's Oregon Cal coming up next.
Welcome to the electric atmosphere of Haas Pavilion, home of the Cal Bears. The fans are so close to the court, the 10th-ranked Oregon Ducks will feel as if they're playing the entire student section. The Cal offense features an outstanding backcourt of Alan Crabb, the Pac-12's leading scorer, and Justin Cobbs, Cal's assist leader. Oregon's balanced attack features senior E.J. Singler and a red-hot freshman, Davian Dotson. Can Oregon overcome the chaos at Haas? The 10th-ranked Ducks and the Cal Bears. Pac-12 hoops and all its noise now.
Welcome to Berkeley, California, just outside of Haas Pavilion on this Saturday afternoon as we get set for a Pac-12 matchup between number 10 Oregon and the Cal Golden Bears. Oregon coming off their only loss of the season in first place at 7-1 in the conference, Cal at 4-4. And hello, everybody. Justin Kutcher alongside newly named College Basketball Hall of Famer Marcus Johnson.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
Marcus, as far as this game is concerned, this is the midway point of the season. Cal was picked preseason number 3 in conference play. What's gone wrong? What needs to go right for this team?
Well, Justin, they've been a major disappointment. They haven't lost 2 conference games in a row. They haven't won 2 conference games in a row. You may be young, but remember, please don't squeeze the Charmin. Well, please don't squeeze the Golden Bears. They are a soft basketball team when they struggle, particularly on the inside. Mike Montgomery had to light into him against Oregon State the other night at the 15-minute mark in the second half, and they responded. David Kravitz did a nice job. 12 points, 5 rebounds. He can block shots. He can finish. He's got to be more selfish. This guy here, Richard Solomon, I've seen little guards take the ball away from him. He's got to play bigger. He's got to play stronger. He's got to look to finish. 12 points, 7 rebounds against Oregon State. They need their bigs to dominate the inside this afternoon.
They need their bigs to dominate. As far as Oregon is concerned, off their best start since 1925-26 in conference play, but now they're without Dominic Artis. How big is that for this team?
Well, it's huge. He's great in terms of creating off of ball screens. Jonathan Lloyd was 0 for 4 against Stanford. Stanford able to double team other players, especially E.J. Singler. Singler looked for the offense to run more through him. He's 6th in the conference in assists. Has a great assist-to-turnover ratio. Can knock down the outside jump shot. 2 for 9 the other night against Stanford. Look for E.J. to be motivated to have the big bounce-back game here at Haas Pavilion.
E.J. Singler had a great week last week against the Washington Schools, then struggled on Wednesday against Stanford, much like the rest of his team. Laura McKeeman caught up with head coach Dana Altman to talk about that.
Coach, are you concerned about your team's ability to bounce back after Wednesday's loss to Stanford?
Well, a little bit. We haven't had to do that this year, and it was a loss that we got beat in a lot of areas, so it'll be tough for our team, but we've got some seniors, I think, that will get the team ready, and I think we'll be ready to play today.
A big part of that loss was the absence of Dominic Artis. How do you continue to fill his void?
Well, we did a good job against Washington. We didn't shoot the ball well from the perimeter, and D.A. has really been shooting it well. So someone's going to have to step up, hit a few perimeter shots to spread the defense. But Johnny will be ready, and I think Willie will do a better job tonight.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Who will step up for the Oregon Ducks? Who will step up for the Cal Bears? The leading scorer in the conference, Alan Crabb, looks to lead the way as his Bears look to make it 2 in a row against the Oregon schools. But the Ducks will try to bounce back from their only loss in conference this season. It's coming up next. Welcome back here to Haas Pavilion, one of the coolest arenas I've been to in the country. Seats 11,877. Oregon against Cal. Today's starting lineup brought to you by Kumho Tires for the Oregon Ducks. The big story is Jonathan Lloyd as the point guard, getting the start with Dominic Artis out. How will Cal defend him? How will he respond? The head coach for the Ducks in his 3rd year is Dana Altman. Done a great job with his team this year. 18-3, 7-1 in conference play. And the Kumho starting lineup for the Cal Bears, 11-8, 3-4 in conference play. This is a team that's decimated by injuries, but a familiar starting lineup. You've got that backcourt of Crabbe, Cobbs, and Wallace. And the head coach for the Bears is Mike Montgomery in his 5th year. Just picked up his 100th career victory as the head coach of Cal with the win over Oregon State on Thursday. Cal in yellow, Oregon in gray. And the tip is controlled by the Bears. Cobbs against Lloyd. Alan Crabbe is picked up by the freshman Damian Dotson. That should be a matchup to watch. Solomon, the pick and pop. Hits his first.
Because of Oregon's tendency to hedge the way they do, the pick and pop will be there for Richard Solomon, David Kravitz. They got to capitalize, Justin, and knock down the open jump shot.
E.J. Singler look for Woods. Loose ball on the floor. Still loose. And we're going to have a jump ball possession arrow for Oregon. Marcus, how about the key matchup in this game?
Key matchups in this game, Arsalan Kazemi, great rebounder. Cal's bigs have got to do a good job of keeping him out of the paint. Cal's bigs have got to do a good job of keeping Kazemi out of the paint, and then it's going to be up to Damian Dotson to hound Alan Crabbe throughout the perimeter. Do not worry about help in terms of defensive help from other players.
E.J. Singler hit his first field goal attempt. That's a good sign for him. He was just 2 for 9 in that loss to Stanford on Wednesday. Kravitz against Woods. Little baby hook and the rebound for Arsalan Kazemi. Kazemi. And he's going to call for the offensive foul. That is his first, the team's first.
It's a tale of two Kazemis. When he's offensively aggressive, he's better for this basketball team. Out of control on that play. But when he's looking to score, he makes them a more dangerous team. Stanford able to double off of him and just clog up the middle and prevent Singler and some of the other scorers from getting Singler to the basket.
Kick out. Cobbs for 3. Front of the rim. Rebound for Kazemi. Mike Montgomery said Kazemi's the best rebounder in this conference.
6'7", about 230. I just love the way he goes after the basketball. Not an extraordinary leaper. Just does it with great timing, great position, but more importantly, Justin, just pursuit of the basketball.
A foul away from the ball will go against Richard Solomon. That's his first, the team's first.
If there's a knock on Kazemi, as I mentioned, Iranian has almost kind of embraced his weakness of not being a scorer for this basketball team. They need him to take open shots to try and initiate offense on his own.
Damian Dotson, the air ball on the baseline. Comes in the baseline against a smaller Lloyd. Now Singler picks up Crabbe. Cobbs has it stripped by Lloyd and a foul by Justin Cobbs.
That's what Lloyd can do. Jonathan Lloyd, an outstanding punt returner on Bishop Gorman's football team. Bishop Gorman, the school that's produced Ben Carter, who plays for Oregon, Shabazz Muhammad, Roscoe Allen. Tremendous talent from that area, but he's one of those guys that gets underneath you as a basketball player, not afraid to mix it up and get your grill.
Kazemi against Kravitz. Woods from 15. Not his shot. Kravitz with a rebound.
You're right. I mean, that's a shot they'll give him all afternoon long. You see Richard Solomon with the soft contest.
Hand off for Cobbs. We now welcome those of you who are just watching Utah beat Colorado. Justin Kutcher alongside Marcus Johnson and Lauren McKeeman here at Hospitalian in Berkeley, California. 2-2 ball game between the Ducks of Oregon, number 10 in the country, and the Cal Golden Bears. Jonathan Lloyd for 3. Off the back of the rim. Crabbe with the rebound. Cobbs. Good job coming to the jump stop. And now Cal will reset.
So that jump stop by a guard advancing the basketball is becoming the lost art in this game. especially if you listen to Bill Walton.
Solomon too strong. Woods with a rare rebound. And I say rare because Woods averages 3.5 rebounds per game. He's 6 feet 11 inches tall.
Not only 6'11", but a tremendous athlete, long arms. He got a 7-rebound game the first game of the season. Hasn't had 7 since. Bunch of 6s, bunch of 5s, bunch of 3s, couple of 2s, but no 7s.
Shot clock down to 10. Damian Dotson to kick out. Shot clock at 7. They're doubling on Woods.
And Cox playing soft on Jonathan Lloyd.
Kazemi has it blocked by Kravish. Wallace the other way. He can't finish, but there's Kravish for the putback.
They count. Oftentimes when they are suffering challenges offensively in the first half, will look to speed things up in the second half. I like the way they're coming out of the gate, looking to push the ball in transition, trying to beat Oregon down the floor before they can get set, use some of their athleticism. Tyrone Wallace, a nice job getting to the rack. David Kravish right there for the follow the miss.
Justin Cobbs with some blood. We've got our first whistle. Tyrone Wallace. He can't finish, but Kravish is there. A low-scoring first 4 minutes. 4-2, Cal leading Oregon. Pac-12 basketball is presented by MFS Investment Management. Innovative solutions for investors and their professional advisors. And by Frost Brew Coors Light, the game's most refreshing beer. Low-scoring first 4 minutes of play here between Oregon and Cal. A 2-point lead for the Golden Bears. Let's check in with Laura McKeown.
Justin, Dana Altman's message to his team in that huddle was, guys, we all have to rebound. He said he wants everybody on the court to get involved in the rebounding. He also said, everybody take some deep breaths.
He's already made some substitutions here as Carlos Emery checks in, as does Waverly Austin for the Ducks. Putting a couple of big guys on the bench, and Tony Woods and Arslan Kazemi.
And then Carlos Emery, you know, you want rebounding. I'm not sure if he's the guy you go to. He hasn't had a rebound in the last 2 games, and they're a much better team when he's got 12 points, 5, 6 rebounds reflected on the stat sheet. Sometimes he leaks out, tries to get the spectacular highlight reel dunks, and doesn't concentrate on the defensive boards.
Singler posting up against Crab. He's asking for it. Emery pulls up for the jumper. No good. A good rebound there for Richard Solomon. Back the other way. There's Crab in transition.
A nice demonstration of body control by Alan Crabb. He is no one-trick pony that just shoots long jump shots. He really worked hard with Mark Graybo, great skill development guy, on taking the ball to the basket.
Singler hits his second field goal. He's got all 4 points for the Ducks.
Singler's a big key in this game. If he gets off, Oregon has an outstanding chance to win. Credit Andy Brown of Stanford of just kind of blanketing EJ the other night in Palo Alto, and along with some good team defense because they played off of Lloyd defensively and did not honor him at all, and Kazemi when he was on the floor. Here's Alan Crabb in transition right there, avoiding the contact, able to reach back with that right hand, little masse off the backboard.
That last foul is against Emery, his first, the team's second.
A little 2-3 matchup zone. Oregon does a great job. Dana Altman I call him Mr. Kitchen Sink when he first came in this league. He didn't take too kindly to that, but he does whatever it takes to win games. He'll mix up his defense. They go 1-2, 2-3 quarter. They'll go full court 2-2-1. Now they're in their matchup zone. Keeps you off rhythm as an offensive basketball team.
Shot clock down to 7. Cobbs gets his man up in the air. Kravish has it blocked. Solomon, the loose ball, the putback never drew iron. That should be a shot clock violation.
Turns out Oregon's ball anyway, but you're right. That shot was hard off the glass, and there was the reset. So if Cal would have come down with it, you would have heard the Oregon coaching staff vehemently complain about that.
Good change of direction. The pull-up off the glass.
Got to be aggressive offensively. Again, 0 for 4 against Stanford. 3 of those 4 field goal attempts from the 3-point line. He's a little guy at 5'8". He says teams oftentimes pick on him, but he's got to take advantage and drive the ball when he's got the opportunity.
Tied up here with 13:45 to go in the first half. Crab looking for Cobbs. Has it stripped him away up, gets it back though. Shot clock down to 10. Wallace for 3. That's it, and now and a rebound for Emory.
Well, Cobbs going left, missed Wallace wide open in the left corner. He was in rhythm, should have passed the basketball.
Singer has it knocked away from behind. Up ahead.
You know he's going to win that one.
The other way, there's Dotson who gets fouled. Count it, and he'll be going to the free throw line for a three-point play.
You got a foot race against one of the best punt returners in Nevada high school football history at Bishop Gorman going against Alan Crabb. It's going to be Johnny Lloyd every single time, and does a great job of finding Damian Dotson on the left wing. And when Dotson attacks the rim, he's a lot more effective basketball player. He can at times settle into being or looking too much for the three-point shot.
That last foul was on Richard Solomon. That's his second. He goes to the bench. Checking in for the first time is Robert Thurman. Also, Brandon Smith is in, replacing Tyrone Wallace for Cal. Brandon Smith gives this team a senior presence. He missed 6 games with a concussion. He has now played in the last 4.
While out with that concussion, couldn't do any type of cardiovascular work whatsoever. So he's had to kind of start his conditioning all over again. If to make matters worse, when he came back into the lineup, it was against Utah and Colorado, the highest altitude schools in this conference. So he was struggling.
It's going to make you feel pretty good. A 7-0 run here for the Ducks. Thurman trying for the backdoor pass. Travis, the elbow jumper, no good, and a rebound for Damian Dotson. In for the first time is Willie Moore, the backup point guard here for Oregon.
The coaching staff has told David Travis, you've got to be more selfish. If you play selfish, you'll still be unselfish. But you don't look to shoot, you don't look to score as much as you should.
Singer leaves it off for Austin, and that's going to be a blocking foul against Justin Cobbs.
Either one or two things happened. Cobbs a victim of the restricted area, or there was a little bit of a slide with the feet. Or it was a bad call. One of 3 things. Looked like Cobbs was there before Waverly Austin took off.
And that's the second foul against Justin Cobbs.
You got Cobbs, 2 fouls. Richard Solomon, 2 fouls.
Austin can't hit the first free throw. As far as these two teams recently, it has been dominated by the Cal Golden Bears. 9 straight wins against Oregon. Dana Altman has never beaten Cal. That's the only team in the conference he has yet to beat.
Yeah, and talking to the coaching staff, you know, a couple of years ago, the team that wasn't quick to do anything in this conference, they were able to beat every team except Cal. And that's something that they wouldn't have expected coming in. Sometimes the team has a number. Alan Crabb has had huge games, especially down in Eugene.
3-point lead for Oregon.
Now Smith becomes the primary ball handler. Justin Cobbs becomes a scorer. So he's got to change his mentality, kind of freeze Cobbs up a little more to kind of look for his shot.
Forcing that pass to Austin and stolen by Cobbs. Cobbs elevates, going to hit the finger roll. Smith with the rebound. Travis from 17, that's long. And the rebound out to Willie Moore. Cal is in a drought. They've missed their last 7 field goal attempts.
Willie Moore got some minutes early, 20 minutes their first ball game, the first few games, non-conference games, and then a lot of DNPs, did not play. And so his confidence is down a little bit. He kind of shut it down emotionally because he wasn't playing. Now all of a sudden the injured artist he's called upon. He's got to try and ratchet it back up, and it's not as easy as it sounds.
Another turnover. Cobbs. We got a whistle. It's going to be a foul on the floor. It'll stay here. That foul is on Waverly Austin. Jonathan Lloyd going back like a punt returner. Picks it up like a quarterback. Finds his man the other way. 3-point lead for Oregon. Scoring here in the first 8 minutes and 20 seconds or so. 9-6 Oregon leading. But as far as the Ducks are concerned, not a lot of big-time scores, but a lot of balance. 5 players averaging double figures.
It's so hard to kind of take one guy out as Cal has an Alan Crabb kind of leads them. This team does a great job kind of spreading the wealth all around, which makes having a Dominic Artis, this last guy, even more important because now he's got to distribute the basketball. He's got a lot of experience at that, playing at Finley Prep, where he played with guys like Brandon Ashley and Shepard from San Diego State.
Winston Shepard at San Diego State. He also played with Bennett from UNLV. I mean, a loaded team. Nigel Williams-Goss, who's going next year to Washington.
So if you need a guy who has to keep everybody happy, your scorers happy, he's got the experience in doing so.
Cal is just 3 for 15 from the floor here in the first half. In case you're wondering, that's 20%.
As oftentimes coaches do, Dana Altman changes his defense coming out of the timeout back into their 2-3 matchup zone.
Thurman.
Nice.
The follow is good for Kravish.
I like Kravish's assertiveness at the offensive end. Yeah, he's missed about 3 open jump shots, but you want him to stay in this mindset of looking to score the basketball. He's still going to wind up taking maybe 10 to 12 shots at the most. Terminator Robert Thurman using his size to get better position inside against a smaller defender. Nobody blocks out Kravish on the weak side. Makes him pay.
Emery off a couple of picks. Singer goes up for the rebound and the foul. It's going to go against Cal, and that will be against David Kravish. And that's the first against Kravish, the 5th against Cal. Let's check back in with Laura McKeeman.
Justin, Mike Montgomery's message in that last huddle was that Oregon's having success pressuring Cal because it's making them frantic to take shots. He told David Kravish and company to slow down and create the shot they want.
They've been struggling from the floor. Kazemi, a strong take to the hoop.
Nice job. Kazemi curling off the left side down screen, and no Cal defender there to bump him. Gets his way all the way to the basket.
Kravish top of the key as it poked away by Woods.
That's that toughness we talked about in the open. Big Thurman in particular. You got to plug those areas up.
Thurman, drop step, gets it man up in the air. Too strong. Kravish looking for the rebound, and it's Emery who has it. Here comes Lloyd for Oregon. Woods sets the pick for Singler. Woods, a rebound, puts it back, gets fouled, and he will go to the free throw line.
It's going to snow in Tucson. Big Tony inside battling on the offensive glass, and he actually has 3 more offensive rebounds, 38 to 35 than defensive rebounds. So this is if you can call it a strength, the strength of his rebounding game is on the offensive end.
Can't hit the first free throw. The foul was against Tyrone Wallace. His first, the team's 6th. Richard Solomon is coming back in with those 2 fouls. 10-12 to go here in the first half as Kravish goes to the bench. But part of the reason why is because Cal just doesn't have enough healthy bodies. They've got 9 healthy players, 6 scholarship, 3 walk-ons right now playing.
And that's the thing that has put Mike Montgomery at a coaching disadvantage. My old coach John Wooden used to say the greatest teaching tool he had was the bench. You didn't do what he asked you to do, he put you on the bench. But now Mike Montgomery, because of the injuries, doesn't have the type of personnel to help his team win coming off the bench.
Alan Crabb has it poked away, then Lloyd has it stolen by Smith. Crabb.
Cal teammates up, but give Brandon Smith a lot of credit. Talk about toughness. He just out-battled Johnny Lloyd for the basketball and kind of threw him down before he initiated the fast break at the other end.
And now a foul will be called against Brandon Smith. It's going to be 1-on-1 here.
There's Brandon Smith out-battling Jonathan Lloyd for the ball. Nice shovel. Great finish on the part of Alan Crabb.
Woods at the free throw line on the season has gotten his free throw percentage up to 70%. What I loved about that little break there, did you see Richard Solomon telling Smith, pass it to Crabb?
Yeah, and he sealed off the defender inside to open up that lane for Crabb to come through with the dunk. Again, that's just great presence of mind, great teamwork, unselfish basketball play on the part of Richard Solomon.
3-point lead for Oregon. Under 9.5 to go in the first half. Smith left open for 3. Short. And Emery goes up for the rebound.
It reminds me of something the great Vic Pitino likes to say. Nice deal, Brandon Smith, either trying to score or help a teammate try and score.
Alan Crabb up in the air, nowhere to go. Turnover.
And Crab gets the turnover. He shouldn't have jumped the pass on that situation, but Tyrone Wallace has got to move without the basketball. He just stood in one spot and allowed E.J. Singler to intercept that pass. He could have moved to the open area when he saw his teammate in trouble.
Singler looking for Kazemi, instead finds Woods. Little hesitation, and the rebound for Solomon. Emery against Crab. Wallace, the three over Lloyd. Called the bank shot.
Well, you don't want a steady diet of that one, but you're not going to throw it back. If you're Mike Montgomery, I like the way Cal is playing since Brandon Smith has entered the game.
Tied up at 13. Lloyd, the corner three to answer right back. And that's what Oregon needs out of Jonathan Lloyd. He's got 5 first-half points.
So that's two of your guys who are normally offensive liabilities. Ursuline Kazemi and Jonathan Lloyd making plays for one another. Kazemi with the penetration. Lloyd knocks down the corner three-point shot.
Solomon top of the key.
Cannot allow defenses to not guard those two players. It just puts too much of a burden on the other offensive players for Oregon.
Wallace has it poked away again by Lloyd down low on the floor. Singler to Lloyd. Oregon doesn't have numbers. Lloyd pulls it back. Kazemi and Solomon, who's got those 2 fouls. Good defense. And then the foul is committed by Arslan Kazemi.
Well, I like the efforts on both parts. Kazemi tries to make an aggressive offensive move. Richard Solomon, the principle of verticality, hands straight up, doesn't get the foul called inside.
Brandon Smith gets the turnover, then quickly goes the other way. Alan Crab, look at Solomon saying, pass to him. That's why. 3-point lead for Oregon.
Pavilion, where we have a Pac-12 battle. Number 10, Oregon leads Cal 16-13. Now let's check out some headlines from what's happening around the league. We've got 2 Pac-12 teams in the top 10 for the first time since 2008. Number 8, Arizona, and 10th ranked Oregon. And then, of course, Arizona State's Carrick Felix is the Pac-12 Player of the Week after leading his team to victory over USC and UCLA. And then there's Mike Montgomery, who notched 100 wins as the head coach of Cal against Oregon State Thursday. His 100th victory wasn't assured until the final buzzer, but he got it. And when asked about 100 wins, he responded in typical Mike Montgomery fashion, saying it's better than 90 and not as good as 110.
Well, he's had himself a pretty good career. Think about 100 wins with 3 different schools. 393 at Stanford, 154 at Montana to go along with the 100 here at Cal. 3-point lead for Oregon.
Oregon extends the pressure, as we talked about, Justin. A lot of different looks that they will give you out of the timeout in particular. You know you've got a call set you're expecting. You want to throw your rhythm off just a bit.
It's amazing how Lloyd gets his hands on virtually everything.
There he is again.
Solomon. And we're going to have a foul. This will look like it's going against Ben Carter. It's going to be on Jonathan Lloyd, as a matter of fact. That'll be the first against Lloyd.
We talk about Lloyd and deflections. It helps. That's one of the advantages of being 5'8", just kind of ball level.
Trust me, I know that.
So when he's going against the 7-footers inside, he's right there. When they bring that ball down waist level, it's right in his reach, right in his grasp, and he's aggressive. He goes after it. He's a disruptor.
If there's anyone who should be talking about being 5'8", it's me, not you.
I'm just imagining what it used to be like when I was about 12.
Yeah, 12, more like when you were probably 8. Solomon makes both the free throw line. Solomon goes out with those 2 fouls. Kravish comes back in. 1-point ball game.
Mike Montgomery has got to love the energy, the effort, the toughness. The very first possession, there were 3 Cal players, including 2 of the bigs, Kravish and Solomon, that got on the floor after a loose ball.
Kazemi, nice slip, then the reverse.
You know, the tale of 2 Kazemis. There's a Kazemi who just rebounds, doesn't look to score. There's a Kazemi we're seeing this afternoon who's aggressive offensively. A much better team when the Kazemi who looks to score is on the floor for the Oregon Ducks.
Dobbs asks for the screen, gets it back to Kravish. Thurman Thurman posting up against Kazemi. Wallace for three. Doesn't use the backboard this time. Doesn't need it.
Just knocked this down straight on this time. Freshman out of Bakersfield, leading scorer in Bakersfield high school history. Played well this season, especially with all the injuries. Ricky Krecklow, they thought would play that position, that third scorer for Cal.
Singler left open for three. Got the big set by Carter to free him.
Nice execution again. Dana Altman is known for his 2-1-2 offensive set, the high post, the cutters, first cutter, second cutter, but they have a lot of specials designed to get scorers to basketball in positions of strength on the floor.
Crab gets it down to Thurman. Against Singler, face the double team. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to be off of Kazemi. Will stay Cal basketball with 5:33 to go.
Well, Oregon did a great defensive job on Crab so far in this first half. Alan Crab, the conference leading scorer. They're playing him with a man and a half. Every time he tries to look to put it on the floor off a curl, off a down screen, there's an extra defender there right in his face. Really nowhere for him to go. They're pushing him off the three-point line. There's no driving lanes available to him.
His only 2 field goals have both come in transition.
And that may be the key for him.
A deep three. Short. Thurman, the offensive rebound, finds Crab. Kicks out. Wallace for three again. Can't get the roll. And Kazemi gets the rebound. Willie Moore back in, running the point. You can see Moore just doesn't look confident handling that point guard position.
And you see Tyrone Wallace up in his grill, picking him up near the midcourt line. You got to keep the pressure on him. He's a turnover waiting to happen if you apply enough pressure. But Oregon looking to get the ball out of his hands and let E.J. Singler become more of the facilitator within their half-court offense.
Shot clock at 10. Damian Dotson. Shot clock at 5. That's traveling violation called against Carter.
It's a tough lineup offensively for Oregon. You got Ben Carter, just a freshman, just turned 18. Great future, but still a freshman. Willie Moore, just a freshman. Damian Dotson, a freshman on the floor.
Dominic Artis, you see him in street clothes on the bench. He is another freshman, the freshman point guard. He is off the 3rd straight game with that foot injury, and that is a big loss for the Ducks. Thurman with a rebound and the putback. The Dominator.
Getting it done inside. Sometimes he can lose kind of where he is on the floor at times in terms of positioning.
How do you lose where he is on the floor?
Well, no, he just has a hard time locating the basket at times. But when he's got his feet set, a bit of a running start, he's got some power behind those finishes.
Damian Dotson tried to cross over, turns it over. Here comes Crab, another fast break finish.
And Altman has seen enough. Enough Crab. It's a veritable duck fest here at Haas Pavilion. The Terminator, Robert Thurman, off the miss by David Kravish, and then off the steal here. Good on-ball pressure by Justin Cobb. Picks the pocket of Damian Dotson, and there's Alan Crab throwing it down at the other end.
The first lead for the Cal Golden Bears since it was 6-4. It's 22-21. Cal leading Oregon with 4:01 to go. And again, you know, we see that turnover there by Damian Dotson trying to cross over against Justin Cobbs. Cobbs, a guy who's low to the ground as well. We've seen Jonathan Lloyd play very well, but the absence of Artis is certainly felt. They got blown out the other night at Stanford, 76-52. The fewest points they've scored this year. A lot of that's because Artis is not there.
Yeah, a lot of it because Artis is a guy you've got to respect offensively. He will knock down outside shots. He's shooting about 50% from the three-point line in Pac-12 play. He's terrific on ball screens. We haven't seen, I think, one ball screen for Jonathan Lloyd because teams have backed straight off of him and just plugged up the middle. So Oregon running a lot more motion game out of their 2-1-2 offensive set.
Lloyd left open for three, doesn't take it.
And you see Cobbs right there, backs off, plugs the post. Kazemi, no place to go.
Singler, one dribble pull-up. And a rebound for Cobbs. Justin Cobbs nearly slipped. There's the turnover. Dotson into the corner. Emery for three. Short. And a rebound for Thurman.
So Cobbs could have used more of a jump stop on the free throw line, but you're right, he kind of lost his footing, kind of pulling the brakes too quickly.
Tyrone Wallace, top of the key. Crab in the paint, has it stripped on the floor. Singler gets it. Lloyd up ahead for Emery. Oh, what a defensive play by Wallace. Here comes Cal. Lloyd strips him. I tell you what, the 49ers and Ravens, they want to watch these hands.
All we need is a Ray Lewis dance. Don't look at me.
The crowd's getting into it. Off the other steal. Alan Crabb in transition again. He's got 6 points, all of them coming in transition. 1 point lead, Cal. Back here on the beautiful campus of Cal here in Berkeley, California. A 1 point lead for the Golden Bears. And right now, Marcus, they are doing it with quick hands on defense.
Well, and just playing with a lot of mental toughness and aggressiveness at the defensive end of the floor. Right there, you see a lot of swipes at the basketball, some deflections that lead to steals, that lead to transition buckets at the other end. Brandon Smith right there, nice job just out hustling and being more physical than Jonathan Lloyd. And when that happens, you get yourself some really solid looks at the basket at the other end of the floor. And especially for a guy like Alan Crabb, who's having a lot of difficulty finding open shots within the half-court offense. You get him in transition off of steals, he's going to have a field day, and his confidence is going to soar in terms of shooting the ball.
You can see the turnovers have certainly mounted the last 4 games. This is the 3rd game without Dominic Artis. They have 9 turnovers already in this one. 7 steals for Cal.
Almost 21 turnovers a game in the 2 games without Dominic Artis. Talk about the importance of having your floor general available.
Cobbs gets in the paint. Knocked out of bounds. It will stay Cal basketball.
Little bounce pass right there, trying to finesse it through the active arms of Oregon defenders. Justin Cobbs put it on the floor. Let your big man go down and get it. He's already in a crouched position to explode up and finish.
Cobbs looking down low for Thurman. Shot clock down to 7. Cobbs gets the pick by Kravis. Shot clock at 3. Crabb left open for 3. This place would have erupted had that one gone down.
That's the most open look he may have all night.
That's the most open look he may have had in the last 3 weeks.
And just a total breakdown defensively out of Oregon's matchup zone. You've got to always have Crabb awareness. Be alert to where Alan Crabb is on the floor every single moment defensively.
2 minutes to go in the first half. Lloyd. Emery attacking the hoop. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Robert Thurman able to draw it.
Justin Van Dyke, the better look as the lead official. Makes the call. Nice job. Great position on the inside. Darren White was also as the center official, right side of the floor. I thought was going to have a block on the play, but Van Dyke did a nice job kind of overruling and having a better look.
That's the second foul against Emory, team 6th. He takes a seat on the bench. Back in the game is Tony Woods for the Ducks. Oregon ranked number 10 in the country. They will obviously fall after losing to Stanford on Wednesday. The question is, can they bounce back and get a victory here today? Wallace has 2 threes here in the first half. Look how hard Alan Crabb is working, trying to get open. The defense by Dotson, and that was nearly a backcourt violation. Arslan Kazemi knocks it away, and then he gets fouled by Smith. Kazemi is one of those feisty guys, rebounding, steals, quick hands. He's that hustle type player.
Great rebounder, 4th in the conference, and rebounding 2nd in steals. Arslan Kazemi, a transfer from Rice University, already one of the greatest rebounders in the history of Rice University after 3 years. Let's finish up his senior year here in Oregon after some issues at Rice developed. And what a find for this Oregon staff. They've done a nice job of finding guys that come in for one season, starting with J.R. Strobridge about 3 years ago. Then it was Olu Ashalu and DeVoe Joseph last year. This year's Arslan Kazemi.
He makes both. The 69% free throw shooter now has 6 points here in the first half, and Oregon back up by 1.
mistakes on the part of Kazemi to keep Wallace from the middle.
Travis the baseline jumper. 6 points and a steal here for Crabbe now. Thurman finds Wallace on the baseline, has it pinned by Woods. And a foul will go against Thurman. And that, folks, is the reason why I am shocked when he only has 3.5 rebounds per game.
He's an athlete. He is a guy that is quick off his feet. I've seen some spectacular dunks out of this young man, Tony Woods from Rome, Georgia. Right there, nice job. Aggressively going for the pin.
1-on-1 here for Tony Woods.
He was a third-ranked center out of high school. Elected to start his career at Wake Forest.
Coming up at the half, we'll take a closer look at Allen Crabbe, the leading scorer in the conference. We'll preview Washington and USC next week, and of course, we'll look at the stats and highlights from this first half.
Crabbe from Price Academy, school that produced Richard Solomon, his teammate. We got a player there now by the name of Chance Murray going to Arizona State. Askia Booker from Colorado. And Michael Price, their head coach, doing a terrific job developing players and young men.
Smith picked his dribble up, now in some trouble. Travis able to save it. 45 seconds to go here in the first half. 1-point lead for Oregon. Shot clock down to 10. Smith in the corner, kicks it out. Kravish from 19, in and out. And now Oregon can hold for the final shot.
Allen Crabbe is kind of rested in that left corner. Even though Damian Johnson's playing terrific defense, he's got to continue to move, even if he's just a decoy. He's going to open things up if he moves aggressively.
Lloyd is on the ground, loading it up. That is not a good sign here for Oregon. Kind of just holding that wrist.
Jonathan Lloyd, little reverse dribble going to his left. He's going to lose his footing. And you know, yeah, a football guy, tough player, son of a great high school player from Los Angeles, Michael Lloyd, who played for Jerry Tarkanian at UNLV. He's a tough kid, so if he's coming out of the game, you know, it's got to be something painful. I won't say serious, but extremely painful.
That was the third foul against Brendan Smith, a 2-shot foul. The training staff attending here to Jonathan Lloyd. Tony Woods is selected to shoot the free throw from Mike Montgomery. And it will be 2 shots. So Artis is already out. Dominic Artis, the starting point guard. And now Jonathan Lloyd is on the bench being looked at. It looks like he's going back to the locker room. Woods at the free throw line is 4 for 6.
Obviously, with no Dominic Artis, team that could ill afford to lose to Jonathan Lloyd for an extended period. Let's take a look and see. There's the right.
His thumb and his wrist.
Yeah, they used that right hand to brace the fall, and as a lot of times happen, it took the brunt of his body weight. So hopefully, you know, we'll have to wait and see. I don't know. That looks tough.
Cobbs against Willie Moore. Cobbs the kick out. Wallace for 3 at the buzzer. No good. And Oregon will take a 3-point lead into the locker room. But the story right now is going to be the health of their starting point guard, Jonathan Lloyd, because he just left with about a minute to go in this one. And they already have their normal starting point guard, Dominic Artis, out. Let's check in with Laura, who's there with head coach Dana Altman.
Coach, you lose Dominic Artis, and then now you're losing Jonathan Lloyd to an injury. Willie Moore will step in, but how tough is this to keep losing starting point guards?
Well, the guys worked really hard. We'll see how Johnny is here, and hopefully he'll be all right. But guys played really hard. We didn't play really well, but I love the effort. Guys played their tails off. We just got to hit a few shots.
Cal's been aggressive. What about the turnover situation for your team? How can they be better there in the second half?
Well, we've been turning it over a lot all year, and we just got to do a better job. We got to make better decisions. We're just not in sync, and we've struggled without DA a little bit, but we just got to do a better job. Got to make better decisions, simpler plays.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Justin?
Thanks, Laura. The leaders here in the first half, E.J. Singler, 7 points. Bouncing back from his poor game against Stanford, and Alan Crabb, 6 points. All of those coming in transition. Our score at the half is 27-24. Oregon leading Cal. Stay tuned for the halftime show here at Hospital Pavilion. Coming up after these messages, Laura will take you through that. It's a 3-point ball game here in Berkeley.
Welcome back to Berkeley, where Oregon leads Cal 27-24 at halftime. Cal star Alan Crabb may be the individual scoring leader in the Pac-12, but he understands that for a team to have success, everybody has to chip in. Now, most of the time, the guy helping him chip in the most is his backcourt teammate, Justin Cobbs. Welcome to Cal Bear Chemistry 101.
My chemistry with Justin on the basketball court is really good. You know, if I need a shot, he'll come up to me, or I can easily just go to him and like, yo, I need to get a shot, and he'll find me. And what's good about Justin is that he can get his teammates involved, but he can bring that scoring mentality to the team as well. So obviously, if certain people are getting keyed on, that gives him the opportunity to score. And, you know, if he's going to keep scoring on his defender, then obviously he's going to make other people help also. It's just going to open up the floor for a lot of people. The hardest thing that I'm working to improve is my ball handling. You know, just trying to create a shot for myself more instead of relying on other people to make plays for me or to get me open, but being able to break down my defender and just for me to create my own shot. Help my team win a conference championship. Focus on team, really. Just be a better player than what I was my first 2 years. Become a leader and just being able to just, be that person that my teammates can rely on in certain situations in the game to just help my teammates be better players.
Oregon defended Crabb well in the first half of this game, but he did score points in transition, including this monster dunk. 6-point half for Crabb. Coming up next, we'll see next week's Pac-12 action on Fox.
You see a place that's alive with purpose and passion. You see a place inspired by a long tradition of untraditional excellence. You see a place built by the people, for the people of California, the nation, and the world. What do you see? You see Berkeley.
Here in Berkeley, California, the home of the Golden Bears, and Oregon leads Cal by 3 here at the half. Justin Kutcher alongside the newly named College Basketball Hall of Famer, Marcus Johnson. Again, congratulations on that. Marcus, in this first half, a 3-point lead for Oregon. You said E.J. Singler had to be a bigger part of the offense. He was in that first half.
He's a lot more aggressive offensively, and give Dana Altman a lot of credit. His coach, he's put him in situations where he can excel. That's coming off of screens, off of inbounds plays, a little pick and pop action with Johnny Lloyd, one of Jonathan Lloyd's 5 assists. And then here, coming off a screen from Carter, fade corner, knock down the jump shot. But hold the fort. The number 2 point guard for this team goes down with his injury. We think it may be a thumb, it may be a wrist, but he went to the locker room. This Oregon team got to be hard-pressed to execute offensively with both of their point guards shut down.
So you look at the stats from the first half, and Cal struggled from the floor, 31%. Neither team shot very well from three-point line. I mean, Oregon 2 for 4, but only 4 attempts. But again, the big story, you take those stats, you almost throw them out the door because of what could happen here in the second half.
And this is a team already challenged to take care of the basketball. One of the worst teams in terms of turnovers in the conference. Without 2 point guards being available, we'll see. It's going to be a nightmare potentially for the Oregon Ducks.
The Oregon Ducks may have to rely on another freshman in Willie Moore to play the point. Second half coming up, 3-point lead for the Ducks. 7:24 can set to start the second half. Jonathan Lloyd is out there right now for Oregon. For more on this, let's go back over to Laura.
Justin, Oregon trainers tell me that it's a thumb injury on his right hand. They've taped it up. They feel like it's secure. He played around with the basketball a little bit, and they feel like he's ready to go. So it's something to watch, but could be great news for the Ducks.
He keeps on grimacing as I'm watching him. And you think, okay, can he handle the ball one? You know he's not going to be able to shoot with that hand.
And how much will he be able to handle with that? Well, he's a right-hand player, that predominant right hand. And again, if you're Cal, obviously you pressure him. You go for deflections. You slap at that hand. You do as much as you can to make him uncomfortable out on the floor.
Shot clock at 10. Feeds it to Woods. He can't finish, but he does get fouled.
With a good, strong effort on the part of Tony Woods, but a nice job off the ball screen by Jonathan Lloyd, getting down the gut of the defense. Little pocket pass inside to Tony Woods. Gives his teammate an opportunity from the free throw line. It's a nice play, Jonathan Lloyd, right off the bat.
That is the second foul against Kravish, team's first, and we're going to be watching that a lot. Seeing how the point guard, Jonathan Lloyd, handles that thumb injury as Woods misses the first free throw. He's now 6 for 9 at the stripe.
And what I expect is, as we look at Jonathan Lloyd kind of fiddling around with this floor area, as we saw in that last possession, Oregon swapped his position on the court, put him on the right side of the court, so now he's coming middle with the left hand. Normally he comes middle with that right hand.
Wallace against Singler. Into the corner, found his teammates on the bench, but they're not in play.
With a miscommunication, Tyrone Wallace, David Kravish. He thought Kravish was popping. Kravish attacking the glass. He thought Wallace was shooting.
Woods, jump stop, trying to get it back. Dotson, that's deflected. No, they're going to say it's going to be a backcourt violation. It was Dotson who tipped it. Darren White, the official, was right there. He said no. Dotson tipped it. It was not deflected by Cal.
Tough to see from that angle, but Darren White, as you mentioned, right on top of the play. Nice job, Richard Solomon, thwarting the penetration. I guess that's a lot of hands-on activity around the basketball.
Put it this way, if it had gone the other way, I don't think Cal would have said anything. Cobbs, little jumper, no good. Solomon, he goes up, and he gets fouled.
This is the guy they need to come alive offensively, especially Alan Craft being defended the way he's being defended. You know, Craft just 4 points in the second half against Oregon State of his 15, and his team won the basketball game. That's when they came alive offensively because of the play of Richard Solomon, the play of David Kravish. Justin Cobbs had a tremendous game. Started finally knocking down his outside shot.
That foul was called against Arslan Kazemi, his second, team's first, as Solomon connects from the free throw line.
The onus cannot always be on Alan Craft to supply the bulk of the offense, especially the way he's being played.
Gets the roll, 1-point ball game. And again, you can see Lloyd saying, let's move this over here. Let me go left. Singler, open for three. And a rebound for Solomon.
Two good interior plays by Richard Solomon.
Good hustle. Back checking by Arslan Kazemi. Yeah, I can say back checking now. The NHL is back in play. 1-point game as Tyrone Wallace will inbound here for Cal.
Notice any hockey lingo on silent, so.
I noticed it. It was deafening.
Didn't have anything to give on it.
Good closeout by Woods with his second block. Kept alive, though. Alley-oop up top for Solomon, and that goes in.
Solomon played with Justin Cobbs his first 3 years of high school at Bishop Montgomery. Senior year with Alan Craft as a transfer to Price Academy. So those two able to read each other, make a nice offensive play in the process.
Damian Dotson, the one step, pull up, got the roll.
Got the roll off that Don Nelson bounce. That Boston Celtic Don Nelson to the Raptors bounce off the miss. And Dotson doing a nice job of defending Alan Craft. That's one of the reasons why Alan Craft has not been able to take himself through and kind of runs the half-court offense.
Dana Altman yesterday as Craft matches a three and hits it. Take that three. The first inside, field goal of the game made by Alan Crabb, and then finishing it on the other end is Arslan Kazemi, who's got 8.
Nice job, Kazemi, moving without the basketball. But Alan Crabb, great job, catch it, top of the key, and then come back off the handoff from David Kravitz.
Solomon the corner 3, not the shot that you want him to take, and Singler gets fouled by Wallace, and he goes to the ground. That's the second foul against Tyrone Wallace, the team's second here in the second half.
Good job, Singler, to make sure the official blows the whistle. And good job, Wallace, just aggressive. It's a 50-50 basketball. He's fighting for it. There'll be some contact. It's a contact sport.
Woods in the high post, hand off to Kazemi.
One of those sissy football or hockey pads for us on the basketball floor.
Shot clock down to 10. Lloyd going with the left. Loose ball, and it's Crabb who picks it up. Another turnover here for Oregon. 13th turnover of the game for the Ducks. Crabb for 3. And Woods with a rebound.
He's feeling it. That's one of those shots you pull up from about 25. Because you're feeling good about your jump shot.
Lloyd, the turnover. As he was looking backdoor alley-oop there for E.J. Singler. So 14 turnovers now here for Oregon. Lloyd goes to the bench. Coming in is Willie Moore.
And we'll see just how much action, further action, Jonathan Lloyd gets in this game. Dana Altman kind of shook his head almost to say, you gave it a go, but I don't know if it's a good idea for you to continue, but we'll see.
Cobbs cut off the baseline by Kazemi. Solomon inside. Good position against Singler. And 10 points for Solomon.
That's how you finish inside. Richard Solomon coming alive. Rebound the basketball up the offensive glass.
Moore all the way to the hoop. Faked the handoff to Dotson and was left wide open.
Willie Moore played 20 minutes, his first game of the season against Northern Arizona. Things got progressively worse from that point on. He kind of shut it down. Now with the injuries, they need him to ratchet it back up.
Willie Moore had 7 against Stanford, 9 against Washington. Can he step up with the injury to Jonathan Lloyd? Justin Cobbs off the save by Kravish, goes up top to Solomon, who puts it in. But Willie Moore on the other side fakes the handoff. Yeah, I'll keep it myself and go all the way uncontested. Tie ball game, 15:39 to go. Pac-12 basketball is presented by MFS Investment Management. Innovative solutions for investors and their professional advisors. That was Cupid's arrow looking over at the Bay Bridge. Valentine's Day just around the corner. Have you picked out your gifts yet?
No, I just let my wife pick out her own gift. Keep it simple.
Smart man.
You won't have to take mine back as you do anyway.
I appreciate the thought, honey, but
It's not exactly what I wanted.
you don't spell Gucci with an S.
Cobbs a deep 3, in and out. And Damian Dotson goes up high for the rebound. Tie ball game here, 15.5 to go in the second half. Willie Moore, you can see him after that bucket playing with more confidence.
It's Willie's golden opportunity. Young man out of Cincinnati, Ohio, Aiken High School.
Singler. And now he gets called for travel.
That's actually the second travel he got called for. He got away with the first one. Big Carmel right on top of the play to call him on the second. But again, you see the offense with no Jonathan Lloyd. Kind of a tentative Willie Moore, really having some struggles, especially with this kind of offense. A lot of man movement, a lot of ball movement. You need that point guard out there to make things happen for you to be more effective.
A small lineup here for Oregon. Good position for Solomon. He was too strong against Kazemi. He was too close to the basket on that one.
Yeah, hard to turn and locate for Richard Solomon in that position.
Emery gets inside from 8 hits.
Again, that's real simple. Again, you got to simplify when you're in this kind of a situation as Oregon is. A little ball screen and then a nice job flashing by Carlos Emery on the left wing into the middle of the court. key.
Cobbs. The jumper's good. Justin Cobbs, those are his first 2 points of the ball game.
But I'm surprised Cobbs is not picking up Willie Moore deeper in the backcourt, putting more pressure on him. Hey, let me see what you got. He's already backing up once he crosses midcourt.
Dotson, a floater in the lane.
You know, Oregon's running their offense way too easily. I mean, I think Cal, they've got to increase their pressure. Make a guy like Willie Moore prove that he can handle that pressure in this situation. On the road, tough environment.
Kravish picked up by Singler way outside. Crab gets open on the baseline. Kravish is there. His finish is too strong. Solomon the offensive rebound, and he gets fouled. Arslan Kazemi. That's actually against Damian Dotson, his first, the team's third. Solomon at the free throw line.
It's actually a good foul on Dotson's part. Make the point-blank putback and make him earn him from the free throw line.
Let's check in with Laura, who listened in on the Cal conversation last time out.
Justin, Montgomery's message is move the ball. He says they have to get in a better rhythm, and he feels like because of the way Oregon plays, Cal hasn't been in a good rhythm the entire game. He also said they have to be stronger with the ball because he thinks they're getting stripped almost every time, at least too often in his opinion.
1 point ball game.
Now you see Cobbs kind of push up a little bit.
Willie Moore able to beat him off the dribble. The kick out corner three for Emory is too strong. And the weak side rebound for Tyrone Wallace. Cobbs attacking the hoop, throws up a wild shot. And Emory is going to be fouled by Alan Crabb. And you can see right there on that possession, if you're a player going up against Emory, force him left. He wants to go right.
A very, very right-dominant basketball player. But I think in this game, with the point guard situation Oregon is facing, a guy like Brandon Smith and his defensive intensity and ball pressure ability.
Woods the offensive rebound and the putback.
Again, just not boxing out on the part of Richard Solomon. You can't get into a jumping contest with Tony Woods. He's just as tall, just as athletic.
Woods has 5 rebounds in the game. Wallace attacking the hoop. He gets fouled. And that foul will go against Willie Moore.
To look inside, Richard Solomon in yellow makes an attempt to at least feel and find Tony Woods, but you've got to root him out there a lot more aggressively than this jump shot attempt.
Tyrone Wallace now with 7 points in the ball game. He had just 2 and 14 minutes in the victory over Oregon State on Thursday. 1 for 2 at the line, the 6th rebound of the game for Woods.
Looks like Willie Moore is more comfortable as a right-hander dribbling with his left, going to his left than he is with his going toward his right. Where you got to identify that, recognize that, and put the pressure on him as we can.
Dotson has it stripped from behind from Wallace. 16th turnover for Oregon. Cobbs against Singler. Is Lurchin being guarded by Moore. Solomon against Woods, and Solomon got bumped by Woods. That'll be the 5th team foul, and the 2nd against Tony Woods. And now Arslan Kazemi will check back in, as will Jonathan Lloyd from Oregon. Solomon goes to the bench. Robert Thurman checks back in here for Cal.
Jonathan Lloyd back in the game. For Willie Moore, Brandon Smith now enters, and we matched up against Lloyd and expect him to, I would think, really pressure up on Jonathan Lloyd. Make him have to dribble with that right hand, shade to the right side of his body, to the left side of his body, force him to go right.
Smith has 3 fouls that he picked up in the first half. Wallace, nice lead for Thurman.
Ever since the second half of the Oregon State game, Terminator Robert Thurman has really done a nice job just jumping in the cup. Not even thinking about a defensive shot blocker, just jumping through him.
10th tie of the game, 39 all. Lloyd got bumped, throws it to nobody. Here comes Cobbs. Leaves it off for Wallace for three. Got it! Timeout, Oregon. Robert Thurman, a former walk-on. He has earned his scholarship. The nice feed from Wallace, the strong finish. And then Wallace, he gets to pass from Cobbs. His third three of the ballgame. 3-point lead, Cal. 11:20 to go here at Haas Pavilion in Berkeley. 3-point lead for the Bears. It's the race of a lifetime. When the ultimate Daytona 500 experience tickets on sale now at Daytona500.com. Mike Montgomery collected his 100th victory as the head coach at Cal on Thursday night. He joins a select group with Marv Harshman and that man, George Raveling, as the only coaches in Pac-12 history with at least 100 wins at two different schools.
Coach Rav, I took my first recruiting trip to Pullman, Washington State. He recruited me.
E.J. Singer to tie it up. Back of the rim, the rebound for Brandon Smith. Wallace may have walked right there. Gets it off to Smith. Thurman against Woods, and he walks right there.
A lot of foot shuffling going on here.
10th turnover of the game for the Bears. 42-39. Cal on top of number 10 Oregon here in Berkeley. Been a close one throughout. A 3-point ball game right now. Cal leading Oregon. This place has gotten loud. Let's check back in with Laura McKeeman.
Justin, Dana Altman telling his team, I know it's loud in here, but make sure you focus. And it is loud in here. The goal out is a huge success. I can't hear myself. I don't know if you guys can hear yourselves. Justin, can you hear yourself think?
What? Were you talking to me? I tell you what, there are certain venues you walk into and right away you say, I like this place. This is cool. This is one of those venues.
Yeah, did a nice job with the refurbishing of Old Harmon Gymnasium. Turned it into Haas Pavilion, and it still kept the quaintness of a on-campus facility.
Emery, good take to the hoop. Carlos Emery with a finish. He's got 4.
Once again, going right. And as you pointed out in the first half, he's a dominant right-handed player. Doesn't do anything going to his left, so you've got to force it that way. Oregon back into that 2-3 matchup zone. So Cal can get something going offensively. Get it to the middle, get it to Kravish.
Smith, that's a 2. In and out. And the rebound for Jonathan Lloyd.
Lloyd defending on the same side as Alan Crabb, who Crabb can just lift and jump right over. Never got a look at that offensive possession.
1-point lead for the Bears. Under 10 to go. Singler was open for a minute. Gets the handoff for 3. Weak side rebound. It was tipped by Woods. Corralled by Tyrone Wallace.
Woods did not able to get to it because the Terminator, Robert Thurman, did a great job of just rooting him out of the play and out of position for that rebound.
A deep 3 for Crabb. That's short. You sometimes get the sense that he forces some shots, trying to get himself going.
Well, that was a kind of a frustration because he hadn't gotten enough clean looks at the basket. That was a momentarily clean look, but a little bit out of his range. Not so much out of his range, but out of rhythm to knock down a long shot like that.
A reach-in foul, and that will be against Alan Crabb. second against Crabb, the team's fourth substitution. Damian Dotson comes in replacing Singler. Solomon and Cobbs come in replacing Kravish and Wallace for Cal.
Crabb has got to continue to be aggressive and try and get himself to the free throw line.
Woods off the inbound. Good design play there for Oregon. And number 10, Oregon goes on top by 1.
Nice little rush screen on the inside. But if you're having trouble getting clean looks at the basket and you know your team needs you to score points, you've got to take it to the hole, look at the draw contact.
Good hedge once again by Kazemi. Crabb has it poked away. Up ahead, Lloyd as the trailer explodes to the hoop. Jonathan Lloyd, who was fouled in the first half, went down with a thumb injury. He has come back, and he's playing pretty well. A 6-0 run since he has returned for the second time here in the second half. And now a turnover. Smith too strong for Solomon.
A couple of bad possessions on Cal's part. Is Allen Crabb a little too loosey-goosey with the basketball. Oregon the steal. Lloyd with the finish. And then Brandon Smith comes right back, throws it away on the ensuing possession. This is the time of the game when you can't afford to lose contact with Oregon.
Lloyd going baseline, loses it, gets fouled, and you could see he has to take that right hand away from bracing the fall.
But the fact that he's even attacking as aggressively as he is, knowing that, you know, if he lands or falls and lands on that thumb again, just how much pain that's going to put him in, but he's still attacking and making the adjustment on the land. But I love the fact that he's just in there playing hard and attacking the basket.
The foul against Smith was his fourth. Let's see how Lloyd shoots. This will be his first shot attempt since the injury. And now he starts flexing that hand.
Oregon looks to, again, disrupt the rhythm of Cal, or continually disrupt the rhythm of Cal by changing up their defense. They've been matchup. They've gone a little full court pressure.
Lloyd goes to the bench. Back in is Willie Moore. 4-point lead for Oregon.
Great man-to-man defense by the Ducks.
Another turnover. Dotson has the trailer. Moore doesn't need him. Good job sealing off Justin Cobbs. Largest lead of the game for the Ducks.
The Ducks are winning this thing with their defense. I mean, their defense, the activity, the physicality level, they've picked it all up a couple of notches. Cal has not been able to respond in kind. And that's where Allen Crabb has got to, again, we put all the onus on Allen Crabb, but he's the guy who leads the conference in scoring.
Wallace gets the pick from Crabb. Shot clock down to 8. Cobbs against Moore. Good hedge by Woods. And a traveling violation against Cobbs.
Good defense. Good hedge on the part of Tony Woods.
4 turnovers in a row for the Cal Bears. That has allowed Oregon to go on a run, open their largest lead of the game. Damian Dotson, the steal, the finish, a 6-point lead. And Coach Mike Montgomery is not happy right now. A 9-0 run here for Oregon. And it's a 48-42 Ducks lead with 7:27 to go. Justin Kutcher alongside Marcus Johnson and Laura McKeeman. And again, congratulations to you, Marcus. Newly named into the College Basketball Hall of Fame. Very cool.
It is indeed, and will be presented during the Final Four in Atlanta. So that'll be a thrill, and then the actual induction ceremony taking place in November, Thanksgiving weekend in Kansas City.
Willie Moore trying the wraparound pass for Woods. Not a good look, and Kravish has the steal. Another turnover. That's 18 now for Oregon.
Cal's got to try and find something that's going to work for them offensively. You see Damian Dotson, the denial, the pressure against Allen Crabb. Crabb has really more on him. Now is the time to look for Allen Crabb. Dotson off of him and more on him.
Wallace against Emory. Pulls up for three, has it blocked. Travis, the fadeaway, no good. And a rebound for Dotson.
Not a smart play by Tyrone Wallace, the freshman.
Kazemi finds Woods, who gets fouled. A good look by Kazemi.
And Woods just outrunning the Cal bigs in transition. You see Richard Solomon talking to Tyrone Wallace. Look, bro, chill out. You know, bad shot. Don't take that shot. Move the basketball.
Travis gets called for the foul. That's his third. And the team's sixth. Woods back at the free throw line where he's 6 for 10.
Woods doing a great job defensively. He is making things happen. His hedge against Justin Cobbs was outstanding. Here's Justin Cobbs. Here's Tony Wilson. Now, he's got to get here. Here's the sideline. Get his chest parallel with the sideline for it to be an effective hedge. You're going to see him do that. Jumps out in front of Cobbs. Forces Cobbs to have to try and veer out of his path. Cobbs, falls down, commits the traveling violation, but Tony Woods playing great at both ends of the floor.
Tony Woods makes both, now has 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 blocks in the game. Kravish able to hit from 12. David Kravish now with 8 points here for the Bears. Emory slips, turnover, grab for Wallace, and Wallace gets fouled by Kazemi. He'll go to the line for 2.
Mike Montgomery wants a flagrant 1 foul call on the play not happening for him. Oregon, instead of initiating through a guard-to-wing pass, now they're doing a good job of hitting the forward and then a little ball screen, a little brush screen, kind of open things up for that wing player to come middle. That time it lost the footing, so that led to the turnover, but nice job of adjusting without the 2-point guard on the floor. Here's Kazemi making a play on the basketball. Just enough, a little push from behind, but just enough to throw Wallace off his stride, force him to miss the layup.
I think it's a good foul.
Excellent foul.
Takes both at the line. Back in the game is Jonathan Lloyd and E.J. Singer for Oregon.
Nothing easy. No layup rule in effect. Old Coach Don Nelson used to say, I'm paying all fines.
Singler has it poked away right in the hands of Lloyd. Shot clock at 10. Lloyd through the legs of Woods. Here comes Crabb with Singler back. And Crabb able to finish again in transition. 11 points for the conference's leading scorer, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Good aggressive take off the turnover by Allen Crabb.
6-0 run for the Bears. Singler.
Singer seems to have jammed his ankle on that last drive.
Shot clock at 10. 5 minutes to go. Lloyd. Shot clock at 5. Lloyd drops it off for Kazemi.
Lloyd drops it off and hits the floor. You talk about a guy just kind of fighting through the pain. Yeah, Damian Dotson on the right wing, clapping his hands, wanting the basketball. Lloyd kind of looks him off. Makes it happen for Aslan Kazemi on the inside. Nice job, Jonathan Lloyd.
Kravish against Woods. Kravish from 17, way short. And Kravish hands to the head.
Shot clock winding down. You got your freshman begging for the basketball. Now I'm going to take it in, draw a couple of defenders, and even with the bad thumb, hit the deck, but make the play.
Timeout taken by Cal. Jonathan Lloyd playing with that thumb injury. Let's check back in with Laura.
Justin, Dana Altman pulled Lloyd aside and said, we need you. You are the toughest guy on the court right now, commending him for continuing to play with the injury. Lloyd's been flexing that hand a lot and trying to deal with the pain, grimacing, but also taking time to encourage his teammates. Seeing a lot from him today, just even in the huddle.
And he seems to be getting more and more comfortable playing with that thumb wrap, but this is the injury. End of the first half, fouled by Smith, and you could see that thumb kind of bend back.
Yeah, you saw how quickly he got off, took the pressure off that hand, just how awkward of a position that thumb was in, went to the locker room, got him taped up. And here he is, battling away here in the second half.
And Marcus, think about how difficult it is for him. This is a guy who's a righty. That thumb injury is on his right hand. And he's had to essentially change the way he approaches as a point guard handling the basketball.
Well, he's also a guy who spends a lot of time on the floor. A small guy, diminutive guy at 5'8", but that hasn't deterred him from aggressively getting into the gut of Cal's defense and taking the hits, falling to the floor, doing whatever it takes to try and lead his team down the stretch here to victory.
Woods posting up against Solomon. Woods off the glass, gets it to go. 14 points now for Tony Woods.
It's a manly man move right there. Nice job. Love that little jab on the jab court baseline, hard dribble middle, then spin back and just up and through Richard Solomon. Let's see if Richard Solomon can return the favor in kind down on the right box.
Instead, a quick foul by Woods. That'll be his third and the team's seventh. So Solomon will head the line for 101. But Woods on the offensive side. Strong move, puts it up off the glass, and Oregon back up by 6. 3:46 to go here at Haas Pavilion. Oregon leads Cal 54-48. Time for a game break. Checking in on the game before us in the Pac-12.
On a day that Rick Majerus' sweater hung up in the rafters, right here Spencer Dinwiddie, his team down 3. Makes a nice job with the runner and a chance to tie it. Misses the free throw. Here again, down 3. Dinwiddie a chance to put this thing in overtime. Not even close. Colorado pulls off the upset, 58-55.
Utah defeats Colorado, and that's only fitting on a day they honor the late Rick Majerus. Pretty cool that Keith Van Horn was there, Andre Miller, 2 of the greatest to play at Utah under Rick Majerus.
Majerus got that Van Horn team to the Final Four, and the late great Rick Majerus, I got to know him well when he was an assistant coach with the Marquette Warriors under Al McGuire. I was playing with the Milwaukee Bucks, and man, he was one of the funniest guys and nicest guys to ever be around.
And he lived for the game of basketball.
Loved it. And this brilliant basketball mind.
4-point ball game.
Got to do it with stops. Cal has not had a lot of success the last 2 or 3 minutes against Oregon. It's either been Emory, it's been Woods on the inside. It's been Lloyd facilitating with his penetration.
Lloyd has 7 assists to go along with 8 points and a thumb injury.
Now you just got to back off Lloyd. Why even put any kind of pressure? Just back off, plug up any kind of passing lane, driving lane.
Shot clock at 4. Lloyd pulls up for the jumper. Front rim and a rebound for Solomon. I agree with you. Why get up on it?
Even though he almost made me feel like an idiot, he would have knocked down that shot. He was close. But you got to make him prove he can knock it down. Embarrass him to shoot. They do that when he's healthy, let alone with a right thumb injury. Stanford did a good job of it.
Solomon barrels into the chest of Kazemi. Got it. And Kazemi is still on the ground. I don't know how that wasn't an offensive foul.
Full speed inside to Richard Solomon, and I guess the official felt that Kazemi doing a little bit of a flop. There's contact. Is that enough contact to make him keel over like that, like he did last with a 12 gauge? Not sure, but Kazemi, I think, may have hit his head on the floor. I mean, good try by Kazemi.
So now Cobb's at the free throw line, just 4 points on the day. His numbers have been going down as the season has been moving on. Cannot convert the 3-point play and the rebound for Kazemi. 2-point game, 2:40 to go. Number 10, Oregon, trying to avoid back-to-back losses in conference play, and it's a turnover. Crab with a finish again. Dotson the other way. Has it blocked. Woods gets it. Plenty of time on the shot clock here for Oregon, and a timeout taken by Dana Altman.
The timeout by Altman is Damian Dotson trying to make maybe a little too much happen on his own in transition. Oregon gets it back. chance to regroup and get yourself a shot that you like. Here's Damian Dotson going to penetrate. There's Tyrone Wallace to reach from behind. Nice job, Allen Crabbe. Give it up, get it back. And he kind of came down hobbling after he takes off on that finish. Appears to be okay now, but now again, defense for Cal going to be a big key. And then how do you get a good shot with the injured point guard out there playing basically with one hand?
Here is today's game summary presented by Dodge Dart in a 54-54 ball game. Oregon is in this game because of what they are doing from the floor, shooting 54%, but they've committed 21 turnovers, and those turnovers have led to points for the Cal Golden Bears. We just saw 2 more for them, 23 on the day. As far as the game situation, you've got Oregon with 18 fouls, Cal with 16 fouls. So both teams will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. This game has been close throughout. The largest lead by Oregon was 8. The largest by Cal was 4.
An interesting substitution. Dana Altman pulls the freshman, the talented freshman Damian Dotson, their leading scorer in the regular season, off the floor, puts Carlos Emery, a more experienced player, in the lineup for this offensive possession.
Singler picked up by Wallace, gets rid of it.
Emery's done a nice job driving to his right.
Shot clock down to 8. Singler for 3. And a rebound for Solomon. A chance for Cal to take the lead. The last time Cal beat a top 10 team was back in 2008. Goffs against Lloyd, pulls up, got it!
Not how many you score, it's when you score them. Justin Cobbs awful quiet all game long. Tough to find anything for himself offensively. And right there, an out-of-rhythm corner jump shot over Jonathan Lloyd finds his way in the bucket for him.
A 9-0 run here for Cal to go on top by 2. Dana Altman calls another timeout.
I thought Allen Crabbe might try and do something against E.J. Singler. It was Cobbs, the jab step and jumper over the smaller Jonathan Lloyd.
All right, so what do you do now if you're Oregon? Who do you run the play for? Is it for E.J. Singler, or do you try to go back down low to Woods?
Well, you know, I think maybe you use those two guys as decoys. They've had a lot of success with Carlos Emery starting on the left side and either driving it with his right hand or slicing left to right for a pass in the key. He's the one guy that's got the athleticism. If there's a double team, if the defense is sagging, he can get to the spot, elevate, and finish.
Lloyd, Kazemi, Woods, Emery, and Singler on the floor for Oregon. Solomon, Kravish, Crabbe, Cobbs, and Wallace on the floor for Cal. The Golden Bears have won 9 in a row against the Ducks.
Give him the right hand. They give him the right hand. Good help by Justin Cobbs.
Lloyd picks up the dribble. Shot clock down to 8. Lloyd gets a pick. Shot clock at 2. Has to put it up. Doesn't draw iron. And a rebound for Solomon. That's his 11th.
They set it up for Carlos Emery to penetrate and drive it with his right hand. Justin Cobbs, the weak side defender. Great job helping out teammate Allen Crabbe.
Dana Altman said, play defense. Get low and play D. Got to come up with a stop. 10 seconds of the shot clock. Cobbs. Kick out. Air ball by Solomon. And Kazemi has it.
How do you not find Allen Crabbe at some point in that possession?
And Oregon will take its final timeout of the game, trailing by 2 with 16.5. By the way, you think Oregon misses Dominic Artis? They scored 52 on Wednesday at Stanford. They have 54 here tonight.
You you're talking about a team with 4 or 5 guys in double figures. Dominic Artis is the guy who makes it all happen, facilitates, gets everybody involved. And I think you can, this is a team that turns it over a lot anyway. But with him on the floor, you just feel more confident and comfortable that he's going to make the right play, especially in this kind of a situation.
This team, Oregon, has been turning it over a bunch in this one. Give some credit, though, and a lot of credit to the quick hands of the Cal Golden Bears.
Yeah, and Cal's kind of making it happen. They've been proactive on defense, and their offense has come from playing aggressive defense, creating the turnovers, 23 points off the turnovers so far in this game. And Allen Crabbe has been one of the main beneficiaries. A lot of his buckets, not in the half court, but in transition, due directly off the turnover.
So now you've got 16.5. You're down by 2. At what point do you want to have the shot taken if you're Oregon?
I think you got to go for the first good shot that's available. You need a chance for an offensive rebound. You don't have a lot of time to waste in this possession for Oregon. You got to go right away. You got enough time. If you miss the foul count, put them at the free throw line, extend the game a little longer. It's not about letting the clock wind down under 10 seconds before you go. You go right when you catch the basketball.
Emery, Lloyd, Kazemi, Woods, and Singler on the floor for Oregon again. Emery with the ball. Now to Lloyd. Looking for Singler for 3 in the lead. Short Woods, the offensive rebound. Gets it blocked. Jump ball, possession arrow, Cal.
Good execution. Got Singler on the pop back for a clean look on the 3-point shot. Not going to fall for him. Tony Woods tries to fight through the defense. I think it was David Kravish on the inside.
You talked about at the beginning of this broadcast the toughness of Cal. That right there is a tough play by Kravish.
Yeah, he's got some hand part of the ball, but it's a good job by Kravish of holding his position. David Kravish out of Missouri, young man, gained 20 pounds during the offseason since last year. Every one of those 20 pounds helped him sustain that position against Tony Woods on the inside.
2 blocks, 8 rebounds in the game for the sophomore David Kravish to go on with those 8 points. So you've got 5.2. Obviously, you have to foul right now if you're Oregon. You've got 8 team fouls, so it'll be a 1-and-1. The question is, who will Cal put on the floor? And who you really can't pick and choose who you want to foul. Obviously, you're going to have Crabbe. You're going to have Cobbs on the floor. It would be one of those 2 guys that Cal wants you to foul.
Well, and it's who you try and get the basketball to. Obviously, with Krabs and Cobbs, these are 2 of the top free throw shooters in this conference. So either one of those 2 guys off a screen action or fake screen and top and back to the ball. Got to come aggressively, got to get it to them, and they got to knock down free throws down the stretch if they want to seal the deal. It's still not over.
The last time that Cal beat a top 10 team here at home was against Washington on January 26th of 2006. They have a chance to knock off Oregon. Oregon lost already once this week at Stanford.
Little box set. It's going to have the 2 big screening for the 2 guards. Little cross action. Here's the screen. One big, other big.
And a timeout again as Wallace could not get it inbounds.
Now that's the inbound is the key. And having a freshman in this situation, you might be flirting with a little danger if you're Mike Montgomery. You might want someone else pulling the trigger as opposed to it being Tyrone Wallace.
Well, this college basketball season, Fox Sports is proud to partner with the Prostate Cancer Foundation, the world's largest supporter of prostate cancer research. 1 in 6 American men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. To learn more, please visit www.pcf.org/foxsports. Again, you saw how they were trying to get the ball to Allen Crabbe or Justin Cobbs with Wallace inbounding. And let's see if they change who they have inbounding the basketball. You've got Kravish, Solomon, Wallace, Crabbe, and Cobbs for Cal on the floor. And nobody's guarding the inbounder.
defenders against 4 offensive players.
You got Willie Moore as the safety net here for Oregon.
Usually a screen and pop back. There's the screen.
There's Cobbs. There's the foul at 3.9.
Sometimes you make it more difficult than what it is. You got your 2 best free throw shooters screening for each other. If there's any kind of switch, Allen Crabbe, nice job. Didn't really come and set a hard screen, kind of slipped back to the basketball, but didn't have to be there for the outlet because Justin Counts was wide open in that right corner. Now it's up to Justin Counts to knock down these 2 free throws to seal the deal.
On the day, Cal is 10 for 13 from the free throw line. Cobbs 0 for 1. This is 1-1. So you have got to make sure you get the rebound. There are no Cal players on the line here. Three-point lead for the Bears. And now with a make, or even with a miss, do you foul if you're Cal? Just make sure they can't tie it up.
It's an interesting point, but I think Mike Montgomery, with a make, you don't foul. You got a 4-point lead. With a miss, I think you just play solid defense.
Well, it's a make, doesn't matter. Jonathan Lloyd will put it up at the buzzer, no good, and Cal wins again. They'll storm the floor. They make it 10 in a row against the Ducks. For the 8th time in the last 10 years, the Oregon Ducks have been swept on the Bay Area trip. They lose to Stanford on Wednesday, 76-52. They lose here today to Cal, 58-54. Today's leaders in this one, Tony Woods led the way for the Oregon Ducks. Richard Solomon led the way for the Cal Golden Bears. But amazingly, Cal has now won 10 in a row against the Oregon Ducks. Unbelievable. They needed some toughness. They got some toughness. Solomon provided a lift. Kravish with a big block and a tie-up at the end. So now with the loss here, Oregon falls to 7-2 in conference play, while Cal will move to 5-4 in conference play.
And Cal not completely out of this picture, but the plot thickens, things get tight. Arizona State, surprisingly, with Jahi Carson right there in the mix. And for Oregon, it's about regrouping. They got to find a way to get it done without Dominic Artis, their outstanding freshman point guard. You don't know how much longer he's going to be on the shelf.
Once again, the final score from Haas Pavilion, 58-54. Cal upsets number 10 Oregon. Tune in to Fox Sports Networks next Sunday for more Pac-12 men's basketball as the Washington Huskies head to Los Angeles to face the Trojans of SC. The action starts at 7 p.m. Pacific. Check your local listings. Now, for Marcus Johnson, Laura McKeeman, and our entire crew, this is Justin Kutcher saying so long from Berkeley, California. You've been watching Pac-12 basketball on Fox Sports Networks.